Hey, 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 everybody. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher here on uh Saturday night. Just got back from watching Thor, Love and Thunder, and I'm here with my movie review. I hope y'all had a very good Saturday. So I wanted to come on here and give you a review about the movie. Now, what I will do, the first part, also, the first 5 to 8 minutes, I'm going to give you just a review with no spoilers. After that, I'm going to say, here are the spoilers. So if you want to then leave, you can, okay? And go watch the movie for yourself, okay? All right, here go. All right, so Thor Love and Thunder stars Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, and Christian Bale. Okay, so Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Jane Foster is she plays Natalie Portman plays Jane Foster, but she also plays, I guess, in her new superhero role, she's like Lady Thor or Mighty Thor. Um, and Tessa Thompson is King Valkyrie. She's a new king of the new Asgardian. Because um, if you saw Avengers Infinity War, you knew that um, Thanos had destroyed Asgard, okay, and he had killed Loki. Okay, hey Nova Real Show. All right, I'm sorry you didn't like it. I actually liked it. Okay, so and um, so basically the movie starts off. If you saw um, Avengers Infinity War, you knew Thor had let himself go because he was depressed. His home world had been destroyed by Thanos. His brother was dead. His mother was dead. His dad was dead. And he was just totally like depressed, really. And so in the movie, Korg, who was one of his rock buddies that he met when he was in Thor, I think it was Thor Dark World, the second Thor. That's a friend he made when he was in or was it the third Thor? Yeah, it was the second Thor, I think. And that's a friend he made. So he's telling the story about how basically Thor got back in shape, right? And so that's how it starts, and then it goes. He's with the Guardians, and he's still hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, doing Guardians of the Galaxy stuff with Korg. He got his body back, but he's still sad. He's still depressed, and so he finds out that his friend, one of his old friends from the old Asgard, is in a battle and got attacked by this guy called Gore, the God Butcher. Okay, and so and this was what really really got to me was that the before Korg starts telling me the story about Thor getting his god body back. The first part is like really really sad and basically tells you how Gore the God Butcher became Gore the God Butcher. So you kind of like felt sorry for him, but then after a while, when he turned bad, you were like, oh, dude, you just killing all those gods because this one that you worship was bad. Like, sir, come on now. Like, so and the thing is, I kind of also felt like, oh, it's still about grief because Gore actually lost someone very close to him. So that was also fueling his like revenge or rage. So basically, Thor goes and finds his friend. She done lost the arm. He takes her back to New Asgard, and lo and behold, he runs into his former girlfriend. And so I thought maybe they were together because of the snap, but no, it was because they basically fell apart in their relationship, and then she left him a dear John letter, and then that's how it happened. So I was like, okay. And so And so she's helping, him and King Valkyrie when Gore the God Butcher comes to their their town. Because remember, Gore God Butcher, his whole purpose is to kill the gods. He's on a revenge. I'm killing all the gods. Y'all are no good. We worship you, and you don't return the favor. You lie to us, and you think of us as like toys. We're indispensable. So I thought it was a good Jason Moore, but not everybody was. Please hit the like button. Come on in. Like, share, and subscribe. So glad you two gentlemen are here. And whoever is the third person coming on in, if they're in the clouds and the bushes. And hi to the people who are going to watch this later. So basically, the whole movie, for the most part, is them trying to get other god. They try to get to recruit people to go after Gord the God Butcher. That was the whole point of the story. Plus, him and Jane were having these unrequited feelings they still had for each other and everything like that. And so that was a major play. I really was impressed with the kids. They were like, because to me, I feel like them and the goats were the breakout stars of the movie. They were the breakout stars of the movie. Yeah, okay, I understand Jason Moore. I understand that because Spider Man. Did I do a review of that Spider Man movie? Oh yeah, I did because I was mad about Aunt May. I'm still mad about Aunt May about that movie. Okay, so right. So you know what? I just thought about it. I didn't do a Doctor Strange review. I need to go back doing that. I have to go back to that because it's on HBO Max now. I might watch it for a second time. But anyway, so right now I'm in my car because I just left the movie theater, right? So I want to get this before I get in my house, throw on my night clothes, and get ready for bed, and don't forget, start forgetting everything. So I'm watching the movie. Like I said, I like the movie. No Real Show said he didn't, but I do have a love for Spider-Man. But I think I also have to me, I feel like I don't know. I just have a special place in my heart for Thor. Because I think out of most of everybody, yeah, Marissa Tomei. Shout out to Marissa Tomei. Yes. I've been following her since Different Worlds. She's on Different Worlds. Okay. So, but yeah, I like the movie. It was a lot fast paced, about 2 hours. There are two end scenes, so please don't leave right away when you leave the movie. If you do have a weak bladder, you may want to make sure you go to the restroom beforehand, or maybe don't drink anything beforehand. I know Marissa Tomei was on a different world. She was roommates and friends with Lisa Bonet's character Denise. Yeah. So Marissa Tomei was also in My Cousin Vinny. Okay. So, all right, I'm at the 8-minute, 51-minute mark. So, if you haven't seen the movie and you do not want to hear the spoilers, I suggest you leave now and go buy yourself a ticket and go see the movie. It was really good. However, I will tell you this one point. If you do get emotional like myself, there was a couple of points where I was crying. Like when Aunt May in the last Spider-Man movie, I was so mad at Marvel. Like, you were supposed to give me an action movie. You weren't supposed to give me this stuff that I needed to take a handkerchief or Kleenex to. I was upset. I was upset. Okay? So this was the same way. It did end better, but there was a part in there I was just like, y'all didn't have to do this. I expected this to be different. Who wrote this? Y'all get on my nerves. So, right now, just letting you know, about to be 10-minute mark. Spoilers. Okay. I gave you an opportunity to leave for the spoilers now. Okay, here we go. So basically, Gore the God. The first scene was Gore the God Butcher. Basically, he and his daughter were the last of this group of people last of the group of people who were basically dying of I guess due to a drought or something. And he prayed to this God. He said, God, whatever this guy's name was, please, if you can't save me, please save my daughter. Well, his daughter didn't survive. She died. So then all of a sudden something started whispering to him, and he thought it was a God coming, to rescue him. And so off in the distance, he sees like something that looks like to me out of Gilligan's Island. It's like, I'm thinking like, is this a mirage? Is it a whole bunch of trees? He comes upon some water, and then he comes upon some fruit. But there's like something whispering to him. And all of a sudden he sees the God, I forget what the God's name was, that he serves. He's like, oh, you come to take me to paradise, the afterlife. And the God is basically laughing at him, and the God has like little, like, I guess, God-like friends. They're like flowers and stuff. And he said, oh, do y'all see him? He basically laughed at the man, called him a dog, and said, oh, you spent your whole life, so your only job is to worship me. You've done your job. There is no afterlife. And he lied to the man. He was like, and so the Gore, he's like, but we worshiped you. We did all these things. And so all of a sudden, there was a sword by his side, and it was like, I guess the previous God Butcher got killed by this God, but the sword was still there. The sword was calling him. So basically, when the God got him up by his neck, the sword went into Gore's hand, and he took it and he killed the God with it. But then also it like possessed him. So in the end, Gore the God Butcher is actually gonna die from it. It's like the sword is cursed. So after that, he starts taking his revenge on these gods because he feel like y'all are selfish, y'all are lazy, we worship you, and you don't help us. And so he takes off on revenge, and he wants to go kill everybody. His sword is called the Necromancer or something like that. And it's supposed to be like fable that, oh, it's supposed to kill gods. Well, it actually exists. And so he starts going to kill different gods and everything. And finally, and then the next scene is Thor with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're in a fight on this planet. And they save the people, but then they mess up their little house of worship. And they gift Thor 2 goats. 2 big ass goats throughout the whole movie. Them goats was I would laugh my ass off at them goats. Okay, so the monster. Okay, so basically after that, Gore gets a message from his friend. He goes and rescues her, and she's like, "Oh, we got attacked by this God Butcher. He killed everybody, right?" And so he takes his friend back to New Asgard. He runs, and then the God Butcher comes in the middle of the night, y'all. Middle of the night with his necromancer, and basically puts his sword in the ground, and then it creates like these little big ass spiders and stuff that descend on the city. And so you see Valkyrie and other people, and here comes Thor, and they all start killing everybody, killing all the little animals and stuff. Not animals, but all the things and everything. And so, thank you, Jason. It's like killing everything. So then all of a sudden, he sees like something that looks like, Mjolnir was his original hammer, but remember it got broken up, and because Hela broke it, but they still had it on display. But what ends up happening is he runs into the person who's now wielding Mjolnir. Mjolnir is his ex-girlfriend, Dr. Jane Foster, but now since she has the Mjolnir, it has like transformed her into like a lady version of Thor. So the reason why she has it, because guess what? She has stage 4 cancer, and she's been trying to find a cure, but she can't find one. And so one day, it's like she heard something calling to her, and so she went to her little Norwegian Norse, mythology, and it was talking about how Mjolnir gives you a good stamina and good health. So she's still hearing this voice like someone's calling her. So she goes to New Asgard. She goes where they have the Mjolnir, the broken hammer on display. And as soon as she touches like the little display case, Mjolnir is coming back together. So that's how she gets the hammer. So Valkyrie's like, oh yeah, so when her and so that's how she got to New Asgard. So go back, Thor, the God Butcher, he's there, and he decides that because right now all his little animals, so they losing, right? They losing. So what he does is he decides to send out whatever like smoke shadow he did, and he sends them to the house and kidnaps the children and takes them with him on the way back to the shadow realm. So he says, so now Valkyrie and King Valkyrie and Jane and Thor have to go figure out how to get the kids back. All right? So they decide to go to, I think it's called, I don't know if it's called God City or Epic City. Basically, this is a town or a city where all the major gods come and convene from all the different gods from every major like nationality or ethnic group or whatever like that. Which I actually might do another video just on the gods that I saw, because I think we need to understand that there are other civilizations that outside of Christianity, and they have gods that have been here that people worship for thousands of years. And I just think we need to be aware, because I was like so excited. I was such a nerd. I was such a history teacher, because I was like looking at the scene. I was like, oh, that's Quetzalcoatl. Oh, that's the Japanese god. I know that one. And I was like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, that's Zeus. And it was like Zeus was the presider. Hey, I said it. Yeah, it really is. So if you got Disney Plus, you can definitely catch up. So just letting you know, you came in on, I said it, you came in on the spoilers part. I did the first 10 minutes, no spoilers. This part is spoilers part. Okay, so basically, they decide, to go to talk to Zeus, who's like the head god, right? But then I love Russell Crowe, I really do. But his Greek accent sounded like an Italian accent, and it really bothered me, right? So basically, the three of them came to ask Zeus, like, "Hey, can you come and help us kill the Thor god and get the kids back?" And basically, Zeus said, "Excuse me, the man has a weapon that could kill a god. Why would I go out there and get him? Start a Black Thor watching group. Ooh, give me an idea." So then he says, so you're going to have to stay here because the necromancer guy, Gore, can use you to find out where we are. So you can't go. And so, this is what the Zeus said. He said, but each of these gods takes care of their own people. So the Asgardian problem is the Asgard's problem, not us. Right? And so that made Thor really mad, because he actually admires Zeus, because Zeus holds a thunderbolt, and remember, Thor has connects with lightning, so he felt like it was a connection. So basically, Korg. I'm sorry, I forgot Korg was there too. Korg King Valkyrie, Jane, and Thor basically uh beat all the gold, I guess, people that the Zeus sent after them, and then then Thor got on Zeus's thunderbolt and stabbed him in the middle of the chest with it, and they all left with the thunderbolt. I said, Lord, he done killed, Zeus. But they got the thunderbolt because it's like if anything can kill the mecha monster, it must be Zeus's thunderbolt because Zeus was like the most powerful of all the gods. Now, mind you, they don't have any mention of the god or angels or anything from Christianity. Like I don't remember seeing Jesus in the room, you know. So they know where the kids are because guess what? One of the kids is Heimdall's son, and he has the same I guess you say powers as his dad. He can someone can use his senses to project them where they are. So Thor occasionally is able to talk to the kids and figure out where they are and try to reassure them. So finally they go to the Shadow Realm and they land on, I guess, a little planet that Gore was on. They're looking for the kids. They can't find the kids. No, I'm telling you, they can't find the kids. Just letting you know, about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, the screen goes black and white. There's nothing wrong with the movie theater's equipment. That is the movie. Because remember, it's a Shadow Realm. Gore, the way he's dressed, he looks like the girl from that movie with the white dress and the pale face and the long hair. Except Gore doesn't have no long hair. He has the pale white. He looked like death. Just letting you know. So there he decides, okay. So they get in the place. It's black and white, and Jane goes into this other room, and she's looking at like the pictures and the carvings and stuff on the wall, and she figures out what Gore is doing. He needs Thor's new weapon, which is that axe he has now, which he's had since Infinity War, and he needs that so that he can open up the eternity, the eternity door. Because if you go to the eternity door, Thor, then you can go there and you can wish for anything you want, and it's gonna come true. So they fear that Thor is gonna go there and he's gonna wish that all the gods are dead. That's why they're trying to stop him. So Jane Foster comes out and she throws the axe away, and everyone's like, "Why'd you do that?" And she said, "It's a trap. He needs your axe to unlock eternity." And so here comes Gore, comes out. They fight with him for a while, and then Valkyrie gets hit, and Jane drops the hammer. And when she drops the hammer, her cancer comes back. She's no longer like Lady Thor. And so they end up having to leave and then like take everybody to the hospital. And Thor is like, I don't want you to pick up the hammer anymore because it's actually making you sicker and that the chemotherapy is not working. I want you to have another tomorrow. And so he goes, he tells him to stay there, and he goes and gets the Thunderbolt from Tessa Thompson, who like lost a kidney. And then he goes, the goats, no, not the ghost side. He goes up and he flies with the Thunderbolt to like the Shadow Realm. And so he gets there, he actually sees the kids, and the kids, I'm telling you, the kids were awesome. My friend who I went with, she was like, I would love for Thor to teach my classroom, because he had really good classroom management. He had all the kids' attention. He told them what to do. He picked a leader for the group. And then next thing you know, he tells them, hey, y'all all get something that y'all can pick up. And then like he basically took like his power, used the thunderbolt, and then like basically gave them all some of his power. So it was like, you know how you have a phone and then like Wi-Fi, right? So it was like if they all had a phone in their hand and he was the Wi-Fi, that's how they all got some of his God electricity. So after that, they were able to fight Gore's like evil animals and everything. And then while Thor was trying to stop Gore from opening eternity with the axe. So it was so cute because at one time, he made Himdall's son, whose name is Axel. That's not his real name. He likes Guns N' Roses, which I find it ironic because at least in our Guns N' Roses is very racist. And the black boy wanted to be called Axel. I know Axl Rose is bad right now about that, but whatever. So he need to take that stuff out of his face. He went on that got a Mickey Rourke plastic surgery. Sorry, you don't look like. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. So then, okay, so the kids are beating up the monsters. One girl, all she had that she could pick up was her stuffed bunny that she had with her. So the stuffed bunny was a weapon. And that electricity. And it was knocking out the monsters. So basically, at one point that Gore overpowered Thor, right? And so it looked like he was losing. And all of a sudden, you see Jane in the hospital, and all of a sudden, the hammer, like Mjolnir, comes over to her bed. Like it was saying, like, girl, you gotta go to work now. And I was like, was that hammer there the whole damn time? So she gets the hammer, she lands on in the shadow realm, and she starts fighting Gore. And so Thor's like, Jane, because he realized that the hammer actually makes her sick, right? But she's there to help him. So for her, she wants to keep fighting until the end. But he was like, well, I just want one more day with you. So it's like I said, love and thunder, right? So then they're both fighting Gore, and then Jane is fighting Thor. The kids are fighting the creatures, and then Thor goes with the thunderbolt to get his axe out of gets the little stance, because it's basically being used as a key to open eternity. And so finally he gets the thing, gets his axe out, right? And but then so he sends I think Jane drops the hammer. Then he sends the hammer, and they gotta look at each other's eyes, like, you know what we gotta do. So he sends the hammer to Himdall's son Axel, and says, "Get the kids out of there." So Himdall and the kids use Mjolnir to get on the Bifrost to go back to New Asgard. So that was good. They got the kids out of there. So, but now they're trying to fight the Gore person. He overpowers them, and he's actually able to open eternity. So I was expecting God was gonna be back there, some angels stuff. It was basically like this little, it was like a face or something. Well, it was like a little diagram, something like a Star Trek, and then like he touched it, and Jane was like, because she didn't have Mjolnir anymore, she was like in her robe from the hospital, so she looked really, really sick. And so Thor is like telling her, like, hey, Gore, I know what you want. You don't want revenge. You want love. You won't give back. So he turns around and goes and gets Jane, and Gore's like, don't you turn your back on me. He said, look, You gonna do what you want to do. I don't care. And so, I'm gonna spend this much time that I have left with Jane. And he kisses Jane, and like that's when I started crying because I was like, y'all gonna let Jane die? Like she can't go touch the eternity stone herself. Not a stone, but like eternity and get and maybe to live. But it's like whoever's the first person. So Gore was the first person, and then so Gore turns around. He touches the wall, and his daughter comes back. That was his dream. That was his wish for his daughter to be alive again. But because of the necromancer weapon he had, it was a curse and it was killing him. So, uh, and then Jane, she was over there dying herself because of the cancer. And so, all of a sudden, you see, Jane is like, "I love you." He's like, "I love you," and then like she goes off into like gold dust. I don't know if you remember the second Dark World, right? Where uh, Thor and Loki's mom died, and then when they had her funeral, the little gold stuff went to, I guess, Valhalla. Um, so Jane dies. Her gold body becomes gold dust and sends it to Valhalla. Then Gore, he's like literally dying. He tells his daughter, "I love you." I was crying over that too. I was boo-hooing. And then Gore looks at Thor and says, "Take care of her." And I'm telling you right now, I was balling by that time. I was balling everything. I'm like, Jade is gone. Gore for the lead. He lit his daughter behind. All he wanted was his daughter back. Like I was just like the most sympathetic to like the villain I think I've ever been in a movie. And so, um, Gore died, and then you see the little girl and him, they kind of smile at each other. And then the next scene, I felt like it too, especially with the goats and then the whole love thing. But this part, LMSYT presents. By the way, I'm going to spoil this part. I gave the first 10 minutes, no spoiler, but the rest of this has been spoiled. I've been on like for 32 minutes. I was not expecting that scene with Jane, with cancer, and her telling her, "I love you" to Thor, and her becoming gold dust, and the little girl right there, and then her daddy like tells Thor, "Take care of her," and I was like, "Oh," I was crying. So at the end, the next scene is you see Thor. He has become like, I guess, a stay-at-home dad. I don't know, and he's raising Gore's daughter. I don't know if we ever got to know what her name was, but he uh, fixed her some pancakes. She didn't like the pancakes. He told her to put her boots on. She didn't want to put her boots on. He had two mismatched fluffy shoes, and then she got powers too. And that's because she was over there eternity. She got powers too, and she said, "I don't want any pancakes." And she put something through the pan that he was with. And he was like, "Fine, you don't want to eat nothing? Fine, that's it. You're in a perfectly good pan." And then all of a sudden she says, "I'll wear the boots." Like she knew like what she did was wrong. He says, "Good." And so he tells her, "Hey, you're gonna go out here and you're gonna do real good today. You're gonna fight for the little person, and you're gonna fight against the big person." So I'm like, "Oh, she's gonna go to school, right?" They go outside. They're like some creatures and stuff. There's some creatures and stuff on the beaches, whatever, that's attacking people. So basically, him and her start fighting against, the little people, the creatures and stuff. So, but also in New Asgard, they decided to start training the kids because they heard about how they were helping the kids. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You told me something new, LSUK present. So they decided to start training the kids to defend themselves. I think Valkyrie liked that because she is a good king, but she hates all the meetings and all the like the ceremonial stuff that she has to do. She likes, she actually likes fighting. She likes being in battle. Remember, her whole point was like she was a Valkyrie, so now she's teaching the classes, so that's good. And Himdall, son, had his powers too. So there are two things afterwards. Um, um, One is Jane Foster shows up in Valhalla because remember she fought and died as Thor. So when you die in battle as an Asgardian or as a Norse god, you go to Valhalla. So Heimdall welcomes her to Valhalla and he thanks her that hey, thank you for saving my son. And so he welcomes her to Valhalla. Um, so then the next scene is we see Zeus is not dead. I thought he was dead. He's getting his wound attended to by the other gods, and he's rambling and rambling and rambling, and he tells them the world won't be safe until Thor, older son, is dead. And he tells his son, now my son, go do it. And guess who his son is, y'all? Hercules. So I'm like, oh, okay, so we should have a Hercules movie. Then I think the movie ended with like Thor will return. So yeah, but that's it, y'all. LSK being found about last night. Oh, okay, cool. So thank you, I said it. LSK presents Jason Moore, and thank you, Nova Real Show. Thank you to the people who are in the bushes. Thank you to the people who are going to watch the replay. I like the movie. Just saying, if you get emotional about things like myself, you might want to like take some tissue. Because my friend was looking at me like, "Oh no, here you go," and yeah, there I went. So I'll actually owe y'all a review for Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. All right, you're welcome. You definitely should check it out. The Doctor Strange Multiverse is now on Disney Plus. I want to say as of last week, but it's still there now, so you can go see that if you didn't go see it in the theaters. I don't know when this one's gonna be in the theater because it just like came out. So, but yeah. To me, I feel like the two goats and the kids were standouts to me. Oh, by the way, just letting y'all know, those of y'all who are like, oh, I'm so tired of this homophobic stuff. They're trying to, they have an agenda. They're trying to influence our kids. Just letting y'all know right now, some of y'all gonna be mad, right? Some of y'all gonna be mad now. Some of y'all gonna be mad. Okay, some of y'all gonna be mad. Korg, who's I guess from the Cronin whatever species, he did not have a mama and daddy. He had two dads who went to the lava pit and created him. So they have a little Brokeback Mountain type thing going on. So some of y'all finna be mad with that. Get over it. There are gay people everywhere. These are imaginary characters. Korg it ain't real, okay? There was no sex. There was no kissing. They just held the hand once. Okay? All right? All right? So, just letting you know. All right? No Disney, though. I understand. I got HBO Max and Paramount. The only reason I got Paramount Plus is through my internet. I got Disney Plus, and then there was through my Verizon Wireless account. Because when Verizon Wireless, like 2 years ago, they're like, oh, if you got a Verizon Wireless account, we're going to give you Disney Plus for a year. So then after the year, I kept it. And then I had like another special. They had another special where you can get Disney Plus, Hulu, and I got something else as a package that I pay on my cell phone bill. So that's how I got that. Oh, okay. Hold on. You tell me some stuff. You mentioned Zeus, right? There's a relationship storyline with Wolverine and Hercules. Oh, okay. Hmm. I really want to get Netflix, but it's like that's another streaming service, and I don't want to do it. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I don't have Paramount Plus through my internet. I got Peacock through my internet. I think I got Paramount Plus through my friend. Like we each get an account and then we share with each other. But I've been seeing some Netflix shows I want to get into. So all right. So oh, you stay watching Netflix? Okay. Well, we might have to switch. We might. Me and you might have to swap. I might have to give you my access to my Disney Plus. You give me access to your Netflix. Oh, okay. I started getting into some of the African film, but yeah, I have been watching that movie Squid Game. Oh, that started making me look at some of the Korean films. There's another Korean film that I saw. I think the kids are trying to get out of school because everybody turning to be a vampire. But I don't have. Yeah, that's the one I was going to see. Then I heard Money Heist was good too. So, all right, y'all. I have been on here. I got reviews to do myself. You should. You should. Hey, God, I'm sorry you thought it was an abomination. It was because you wasn't in it. All the other guys was, but not DJ. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet. Oh, that's see. I'm gonna have to save up there. I'm gonna have to save up there. But I got HBO Max too. I like watching the young. I like Young Justice. So okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in and uh listening to me ramble for this amount of time. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, guys, for coming on in. But like I said, I think I want to do another video just with the gods that were shown in I think it was called what's it called? Epic City? Or Omnipotent City. We must stop supporting that garbage. Did you just come in here to trash the movie? Are you telling me? I don't think the real God would do that. Okay. Here's a review. All right. Thank y'all so much for listening to me. I may come on tomorrow. I don't know what time. Uh, I'll probably see some of y'all in somebody's chat and everything like that. So, I don't troll. I say facts. Well, if you don't like the movie, that was an abomination. That's your opinion about the movie. Go to your channel and make a review. Okay? All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Like, share, subscribe.